Welcome to my channel. Today, we're exploring Stellar Defiance, a sci-fi journey where humanity stands strong and defies the odds across the galaxy. Dive into epic starship battles, powerful tech, and the resilience that makes us unstoppable in a universe full of challenges. If you're ready for a thrill-packed adventure in deep space, hit subscribe, and let's get started. Humanity's quest to explore the stars began long before they ventured beyond their homeworld. It started with curiosity, an innate desire to understand their universe, and a drive to create a legacy that would transcend time. For centuries, Earth had been a cradle of knowledge, science, and culture. But as humanity's reach extended further and further into the cosmos, their understanding of the universe expanded exponentially, leading them to encounter countless other species, some of them older, wiser, and more advanced than anything Earth could ever have imagined. In this rapidly expanding interstellar community, Earth found itself not only as a participant in the greater galactic conversation, but as a beacon of hope, unity, and ambition. As humans met alien species, they learned much about the history and cultures that lay beyond their world. The stories of the civilizations they encountered fascinated them, and they quickly realized the importance of preserving these histories. The idea of an interstellar museum was born, a vast, ambitious project that would serve as a repository of the galaxy's rich and diverse past. It would not only preserve the history of humanity but also the histories of all the species that had ever lived, creating a place where all could come together to honor the triumphs and tragedies of each civilization. This concept of a universal museum was not just a monumental undertaking, it was a dream that only humans, with their unyielding resolve and boundless creativity, could bring to life. At first, the idea seemed improbable. How could a single species, no matter how ambitious, undertake the task of preserving the histories of an entire galaxy? The sheer scale of the undertaking was almost overwhelming. But if history had taught humanity anything, it was that no challenge was insurmountable if approached with determination, vision, and collaboration. The first step in creating the Interstellar Museum was gaining the trust of the galaxy's various species. Many alien cultures were deeply protective of their histories and artifacts, often viewing them as sacred or integral to their identity. The prospect of allowing a human-led project to house their most cherished relics was met with skepticism and suspicion. However, humanity's reputation for resilience, ingenuity, and diplomacy quickly won over many species. Some saw the potential benefits of having their histories preserved in a way that would ensure future generations would know their stories. Others were motivated by the chance to participate in something greater than themselves, a project that would unite the galaxy through shared knowledge. At the heart of the museum's conception was the belief that understanding the past was key to building a better future. Humans had learned the hard way on their own planet that history, if ignored or erased, could lead to conflict, misunderstanding, and, ultimately, destruction. The history of Earth had been marred by wars, colonialism, environmental devastation, and the struggle for equality. But it had also been marked by great advancements in art, science, technology, and philosophy. By preserving the history of all species, the Interstellar Museum would be a testament to the lessons learned from these triumphs and mistakes. As the foundation for the Interstellar Museum took shape, a great deal of effort went into establishing the physical space. It was to be more than just a building or a collection of objects. It was meant to be a dynamic, interactive experience, one that would allow visitors to not only view artifacts but to engage with them, to feel the stories behind the objects. With humanity's mastery of advanced technology and artificial intelligence, the museum would feature cutting-edge holographic displays, interactive virtual environments, and augmented reality experiences that would allow visitors to immerse themselves in the histories they were learning about. The goal was to make the museum a living, breathing entity, where the past could be experienced in ways that transcended traditional forms of display. The first artifacts to be acquired were from humanity's own history. These were the objects that told the story of Earth's past, its ancient civilizations, the rise and fall of empires, the triumphs of science and art, and the struggles for justice and equality. But soon, humanity's role as a curator expanded far beyond its own history. Alien species began to send representatives to Earth, offering to contribute their own artifacts, records, and relics to the museum's collection. The arrival of these artifacts marked a pivotal moment in the development of the Interstellar Museum. Species with radically different cultures, technologies, and traditions began to open up about their histories in ways they never had before. For some, this was an opportunity to share their legacies with others in a way that transcended the confines of their homeworlds. For others, it was a chance to forge new connections with species they had never interacted with before, learning from one another and exchanging knowledge and wisdom that had been accumulated over millennia. One of the first major contributions to the museum's collection came from the Veil, a species of beings who had evolved in the depths of a gas giant's atmosphere. The Veil were an ancient civilization whose history was written in the stars, as their language was entirely based on the manipulation of gravitational waves. Communicating this history to humans and other species was no simple task. However, with the use of advanced AI translators and quantum computing systems, humanity was able to decode the Veil's complex language, translating their monumental achievements into a form that could be understood by other species. Holographic projections of Veil cities, sculptures, and artifacts were displayed within the museum, offering a glimpse into a culture that had once been beyond the comprehension of even the most advanced species. Similarly, the Vashiri, a species of bioluminescent beings from a distant nebula, contributed their own history in the form of living art. Their civilization had evolved in a completely different manner from any other species, with their primary form of expression being light and energy rather than physical objects. The Vashiri created intricate light sculptures that told the story of their people's evolution and cultural milestones. These light sculptures were replicated in the museum's interactive displays, where visitors could witness the dynamic beauty of Vashiri culture as it shifted and changed before their eyes. The XHYR, a technologically advanced but reclusive species, took a different approach in contributing to the museum. Rather than sending physical artifacts, they transmitted vast digital archives of their history, including advanced algorithms, data archives, and philosophical texts. The XHYR had long regarded their history as sacred and personal, and they were hesitant to share it with others. However, after extensive discussions with human diplomats and scientists, they agreed to make their knowledge available in a format that would preserve the integrity of their culture while allowing others to learn from it. This digital archive became one of the most important assets in the museum, offering a detailed, multidimensional understanding of XHYR philosophy, science, and technological achievements. With each new contribution, the Interstellar Museum grew more and more diverse, becoming a true representation of the galaxy's many civilizations. It was no longer just a repository of objects, it had become a living, breathing testament to the collective experiences of countless species. Visitors from all corners of the galaxy came to see and experience the artifacts, to learn from the past, and to understand the intricate web of connections that bound them all together. As the museum flourished, it also became a center of education and diplomacy. Scholars from various species traveled to the museum to study the histories of other civilizations, gaining insights into everything from interspecies conflict resolution to advanced technologies and ancient philosophies. The museum hosted countless forums, discussions, and symposiums where experts from different species could share their knowledge, debate ideas, and collaborate on research projects. The Interstellar Museum also became a hub for artistic exchange. Artists from across the galaxy visited the museum to draw inspiration from the rich histories displayed within its walls. In turn, the museum began to showcase new works of art inspired by the artifacts it housed: paintings, sculptures, and performances that reflected the themes and stories of the ancient civilizations that had contributed to the collection. This fusion of old and new created a cultural renaissance that spread throughout the galaxy, as species from every corner of the universe shared their artistic traditions and explored new forms of expression. As the decades passed, the Interstellar Museum became a symbol of the galaxy's unity, a place where species could come together to celebrate their shared history, learn from their mistakes, and work toward a brighter future. The preservation of alien history and artifacts had not only allowed humanity to become a custodian of the past, but had also positioned Earth as a central figure in the intergalactic community. The creation of the museum had transformed Earth from a single world on the periphery of the galaxy into a beacon of culture, knowledge, and unity that brought together species from all corners of the universe. In many ways, the museum stood as a monument to the power of collaboration, diplomacy, and respect for the histories of others. It was a living testament to the idea that, despite the vast differences between species, there was more that united them than divided them. Through the preservation of their histories, the galaxy's species had come to understand one another in ways that were once unimaginable. The Interstellar Museum was not just a place to view the past, it was a place to honor the shared experiences that had shaped the galaxy and to build a future where all species could thrive together. It was a vision brought to life by humanity's unique capacity to dream, to innovate, and to build bridges across the stars.